Hello, everybody. It's Pastor Bill Schultz. It's great to be with you. It is always a pleasure to come and share a little Bible with you. And today we're going to talk about some of the world events that are going on. In the book of Luke, Jesus said that there would be signs in the heavens, that there would be the roaring and tossing of the waves, that men would be gripped in fear from the perplexity of the times. And I think we're living in those times right now. And it seems very clear to me with the wars everywhere, the rumors of wars, people rising up against people, and all kind of ethnic groups clashing. Then you get into things, the United States is descended from Joseph, son of Israel, and you get into the things that are going on in these United States, and they're clearly prophesied. The United Kingdom is also descended from Joseph, and the same things that are happening here are already happening there. They had their empire first. They're in serious decline, and we're joining them in that decline as our empire implodes, and the men in charge are trying to save it, but it doesn't seem like that's going to work out. Hey, I wanted to offer you what comes next. In this book, I go through a lot of the Bible, talking about the end times and what's going on and where and how it's going on. And you need to get this book. Now, I know I got a lot of friends and followers. Well, it's always backwards. Let's do it like this. Well, there we go. Got a lot of friends and followers overseas, and I know that it's difficult for you guys to buy stuff, but this is something that you need to buy, and you need to buy it right now. And you can get this on Amazon.com. Does not matter what it costs you. If it saves your life, it will be totally worth it. And it will tell you what's going on. It will tell you what you need to do in your local church for the protection of yourself and the protection of your members. This is one of the more important things you're ever going to do in your life. We're in the end times. Stuff is going down. It's not like you're going to say, well, 20 years from now, well, I bought that book and it was a waste of money. You need this and you need it right now. It's available on Walmart.com, Amazon.com, wherever fine books are sold. And if you're in the United States, we can sell you one from our ministry supply. Now, I've put a lot of messages up. Now, we on YouTube, we have the Hungry Hearts Ministries channel, and we put up a series of messages on Bible prophecy. Mean, Tekel, a parson. Has very few views on it. I'm astounded by that. It was a very important message given by the Lord. The last one that we got before we had the technical problems and lost control of the channel was deliverance from the dragon. We also have Yeshua will rescue the remnant, who were the four horsemen of Revelation 6. We have one on the Great Tribulation, who are the four beasts of Daniel 7, and rescue for the Philadelphia church era. These are important ones on the old Hungry Hearts Ministries typical site with the seal. You see the seal in a lot of my videos, and it's got the seal on it. Now, on the new channel, after the technical crisis, which literally happened as we were going to lunch on the last great day, the last day of unleavened bread this year, it's at Hungry Hearts Ministries. You got to put the at symbol there. Then it comes up and it shows basically our front of the room set up with the throne chairs and the podium and the tree of life. And one of the more important messages I put up, my trumpets message, is timing is everything. You need to understand this. Too much of the stuff talked about biblical timing is crazy. And we go through this and we show you timing is everything. Another great one up that's recent is the testimony of Jesus is the spirit of prophecy. And then before trumpets, we did Mystery Babylon, the cause of our problems, and rescue is real. These are important messages on YouTube. You can get these for those this thing is backwards. For those of you who are out of the country, you can run these in your churches, and this is important teaching. You're never going to regret reading and studying these messages. Some of them don't have very many views on them, and I'm astounded by that. But I think maybe a lot of people don't know where they are. But we got the two channels: Hungry Hearts Ministries with the seal, and at Hungry Hearts Ministries with the stage set up. And you're going to want to do that. Times are rough. You know, all of the things prophesied in the Bible are happening. Now, look, I only do these little short videos. There are hundreds of prophecies that I went through in what comes next. Hundreds of prophecies, not a few. And I go through great detail about what's going on. There's a mystery to the horns on the fourth beast of Daniel 7. And as much as I studied and taught it the old way, it was right there in the Bible the whole time what these horns are and what they do. So if you live in one of the nations of Israel, the United States, the United Kingdom, Canada, New Zealand, Australia, if you're a refugee from some of the African colonies of the British Empire, you need to read this book. It's going to explain to you what's going on and how and where and why. Now, there's a lot of nations in Northern Europe that are tribes of Israel. You have the Scandinavian countries of Finland and Sweden and Norway. You have Denmark. You have France. You have the Netherlands, and they're going through the same things we are, really, and Belgium. You have a lot of nations in Northern Europe that are descended from Israel, son of Isaac, son of Abraham. And we're going through these things together along with our Jewish brothers. Joseph and Judah are brothers. We are in this together, whether we like it or we don't, and we need to band together. This anti-Semitism that's coming up, it's prophesied, but it's wrong, and it will always be wrong. We are the nations of the children of Israel. We are the promised nations from Abraham's seed, and we have been given the blessing of Abraham. And so we're living in a prosperity that God promised to our patriarchal forefathers so many thousands of years ago. And it's fantastic. But we're not living up to it. Where Abraham was faithful to God in all of his covenants and commandments, we're not. We're breaking these things every day with wild abandon. We have to come back to the living God. We have to get right. And if we don't turn around quickly, this nation is about to consume itself. Now, I've been writing about this for a long time. I was writing about about the U.S. debt when it was only $11 trillion. We're now $38 trillion in debt. It's unpayable, and its collapse is gonna cave in the entire world. We have to turn this thing around. I don't mean fussing at our political leaders. What I mean is you and I, the believers in Yeshua Messiah, we have to step up and start keeping the Sabbath and the holy days the way he told us in the Bible to keep them. We got to follow the dietary laws, and that includes staying away from beef tallow. A lot of folks are jumping on that bandwagon, but the penalty for eating beef tallow is to be cut off from your people. That's a lot harsher than if you eat unclean animals. That penalty is only wash with water and you're unclean until evening. No, when you use the beef tallow, I mean, that's the sacred portion that belongs to God Almighty. You are besmirching him in horrible ways. See, we act like this stuff doesn't matter. We act like it's all done away with, but it's not done away with. It's real. It's now, and we're living in it. As I've been watching the political stuff in the United States, this thing could come to a close real fast. And I'm watching the same thing happen in the United Kingdom. And this whole thing could come to a close real fast. And part of it is we're being overrun by the religions of the East, which was prophesied to happen to Joseph in the end times. We're being overrun. We're being overtaken. As one famous Christian theologian said, the God of the Bible is the same for both Jews and Christians, but it's not the same for anybody else. Now, that they're welcome in our country because we're Christians, but we would not be welcome in our own country if they run it. And you're seeing this in Dearborn, Michigan, where the city mayor told a Christian to get out. We don't want you here. Well, it's not his country. Who's he to tell a Christian in the United States that they got to get out? You're not welcome here. This is absurd. And yet many people are going along with this, so much so we're having to pass a law to say that you cannot have Sharia law in the United States. Why is that? Because they're trying to pass Sharia law in the United States. Look, guys, time is short. Time is short. Time is real short. Timing is everything, and it's a lot sooner than you think it is. There's a lot less time to get ready. That means everybody needs to get on it and needs to get on it like yesterday. Now, I'm going to talk about rescue the next time I get on here. And the rescue is real, the rescue is certain. The only thing that is questionable is who gets taken and who gets left. Taken is good, left is not good. I know people have this backwards, but the Greek words are very clear. The Greek word for taken is paralambano. It means you're going to the wedding. And the Greek word for left is aphiemi. It means you're getting divorced. So the choice is ours to get ready. The things that we focus on so often are not nearly as important as the things that we neglect. The Sabbath and the holy days are critical. Now we need to behave. I'm going to talk about that in a couple of weeks here. Uh, Please, join us on Rev Media TV at 1:45 U.S. Central Time. Watch them later on YouTube at Hungry Hearts Ministries. There was a technical problem that caused the change, and we're grateful for your support. I want to thank everybody for watching. I want to thank everybody who watches me a lot. God bless everybody. Shalom, shalom. I'm not sure if I'm gonna make it on tomorrow, but if not, good Shabbos, and we'll see you soon.